Hey Freedom Lovers, this is Dr. Peterson Pierre with America's Frontline Doctors bringing you today's Daily Dose. An alarming revelation has surfaced. In 2020, the FDA, the HHS, and Department of Justice approved Pfizer's mRNA COVID-19 vaccine despite allegations of fraud during its clinical trials. And let's be clear, approved meaning emergency use authorization. There was never actually a real approval, and there still isn't. As reported by the Vigilant Fox, this came to light in whistleblower Brooke Jackson's interview with Maria Z posted on May 5th of this year, where Jackson revealed that the government declined to investigate the fraud because doing so would conflict with its health policy. That's interesting. I thought your health policy was to protect the public. I must be mistaken. Jackson worked for 18 days as regional director for Ventavia, the company that ran the vaccine trial sites for Pfizer. That amount of time, she said, was enough for her to witness widespread fraud. She witnessed many adverse events which were essentially ignored, and she says Pfizer was aware of them. When Ventavia refused to listen to her concerns and investigate, she went to the FDA. 6 hours later, she was fired for not being a good fit. In 2021, Jackson filed suit under the False Claims Act, alleging that, quote, Pfizer, Ventavia, and others committed fraud by falsifying data and violating clinical trial protocols, end quote. In a new legal challenge, Jackson is now suing the U.S. government itself. According to court papers, the government had 3 arguments against the lawsuit. First, the FDA was aware of the alleged violations before it approved the vaccine's emergency use authorization. Second, the FDA, quote, had continued access, end quote, to the clinical trial data, and in its opinion, the vaccine was effective, which of course we now know was a complete lie. 3, and perhaps most shocking, the reason offered by the government in support of its request to dismiss the lawsuit was that investigating the allegations would be, quote, inconsistent with its health policy, end quote. Let me translate that for you. The government didn't want to investigate Pfizer, not because the fraud claims lack merit, but because digging deeper would conflict with its official narrative that the COVID shots were safe and effective. That's the health policy they're clinging to. And they'd rather bury anything that threatens to expose flaws, fraud, or harm from these shots than face the fallout of their own actions. We need to demand better. Ladies and gentlemen, only the truth will set you free. Stay tuned for the next Daily Dose.